Welcome to the Landing Page Masterclass. This is the most comprehensive course on landing pages, A/B testing, and conversion optimization anywhere. And I'm really excited to have this opportunity to share with you the most important insights I've accumulated over the last 10 years so that ultimately you can convert more of your website visitors into leads and customers. Here in part one, I'll break down the structure of the course so that you'll know exactly what we'll be covering. I'll also review some important conversion optimization terms you should know that we'll be referring to again and again. And lastly, I'll introduce you to the 7 skills every landing page optimizer should have. Let's get started. So once again, welcome to the course. I'm Nicholas and I'll be your instructor. Now you might be wondering who I am and what qualifies me to teach this course. So very quickly, let me share my background with you. I've been working in the digital marketing industry for over 10 years, and my consultancy, Earnworthy, specializes in helping brands build, test, and optimize their landing pages. We work with the popular landing page builder Unbounce in depth, and in addition to being Unbounce agency partners, we're also Google partners. I'm a CXL certified optimizer and an optimization and testing specialist from digitalmarketer.com. And I've built, tested, optimized, or reviewed thousands of landing pages over the years. Now, most recently, I launched Landing Page School, which is an educational resource and online community that is dedicated to helping you improve your landing pages too. But enough about me, let's get to the course content. Before we jump into the breakdown of the different topics, there are 3 important things you should know about this course. First of all, this is a comprehensive introduction to the principles of landing page design, A/B testing, and conversion optimization in 10 parts. Now, this is not an in-depth course on any one specific tool or skill set. So therefore, it applies to everyone, every platform, and every skill level from beginning to advanced. And most importantly, each part of this course stands on its own. So you can follow along in order if you want, or you can brush up on the areas that you really want to focus on first, say copywriting, for instance. Now here's what we'll be covering. Right now you're in part 1, the introduction of the course. Next, in part 2, called Landing Page Foundations, we'll look at what a landing page is, how they're different from home pages, and what goes into an optimized landing page. This is where I'll cover one of the most important concepts in the entire course, my 7-question landing page framework. In part 3, called Psychology of Persuasion, we're going to look at some of the most important psychological principles that compel people to take action on your landing pages. We're talking about things like state change, brain chemicals, and some very specific psychological triggers such as loss aversion and much more. Now, in part 4, called Copywriting That Converts, I'll share my favorite copywriting tips along with examples of how to write landing page headlines that convert. We'll look at the concept of message match and also dig into what makes a compelling call to action. In part 5, called Design That Shines, I'll cover the 7 elements of design, and we'll look at some popular design tools and 3 specific examples of great landing page design styles. Now in part 6, called Building a Landing Page, this is where we get really process focused. I'll cover my landing page build out process in depth, and I'll break down each of the 7 steps. In part 7, called All About Testing, I cover the different types of landing page testing such as functional testing, usability testing, and of course, A/B testing. Then in part 8, called Ready to Optimize, we look at analytics and the most important metrics. I also cover some specific tips for optimizing forms and optimizing for e-commerce. And in part 9, called Real Landing Page Reviews, I take everything we've covered so far and review 3 real-life landing page examples, including a click-through page, a lead capture page, and a sales page. And finally, in part 10, we conclude the course with a recap of the key takeaways. I'll also share some tips for working with freelancers on your landing pages, and I'll also mention a handful of additional resources to keep you learning and improving. Next up, I want to share the 7 skills landing page optimizers need to have. This will help you see which sections or topics of the course you need to spend the most time on during the remainder of what we're going to learn together.